And hello once again. In this video we'll look at finding selections before the day's races have started. So this isn't really looking at historical data, this is downloading the data from the ANZ Ratings website before the day's races have started, then using the Horse of the Day section of the Analyser spreadsheet to find you selections that meet your criteria. Now, there's a few things you want to do to make sure that you're not filtering out selections unnecessarily, and that's up to you what you do with the selections once you've got them, but I'll at least show you how to get them. If you want to look for selections before the day's racing has started, well, you can do that as well, but again, you're going to want to do that in a separate spreadsheet. So let's have a look here. We've got the let's just take a copy of our Saturday Metro, and let's make a copy of that. That might have been still closing, so maybe that wasn't such a great idea. Okay, we've got Saturday Metro there. Let's call it, well, the Analyser spreadsheet calls it Horse of the Day. So let's do that. Let's open that one. Now, as I was saying earlier, you want to keep any data from the start of the day before you're getting results in separate in these spreadsheets from data that's after the days, because it's very difficult to remove non-runners after you've imported. It's much easier to do it before you import. So keep a separate spreadsheet for this. There's also another reason why you'd want to keep a separate spreadsheet for this, and your strategy settings are going to have to be different if you're looking at Horse of the Day. So let's clear data out of here. Just say yes on that, give it a moment to clear that data out, and then we'll import. There we go, done. Right, now before I started this video, I downloaded today's race data, and there it is, so I'll just import that. Yep, so there's 1,131 horses running today apparently. So we'll let it import that. That's fine. Successful. Now, if I just load, say, strategy 14 here, we'll see that because I've imported data before there's any results, it's automatically the day is a loss according to the Analyser portion of the spreadsheet. That's fine. Don't let it worry you. That's not what we care about in this case. Now, what we really want to do with this, if we're looking for selections for the day before the day has started, we really want to not filter on price. Reason? Have a look at this. Back odds on this horse 298, lay odds of 385. This one 430, 510. See, there's huge gaps. Typical races just before they start, you're going to get a 1 or 2 tick difference between these prices. They're not going to be these huge gaps. These huge gaps indicate that there's been maybe no bets, maybe very few bets placed on these races, which you'd expect. I mean, I downloaded this, 10 AM or something, so it'd be unusual for there to be many bets on most of these races. So the price data in this import is meaningless. It's gibberish. You don't want to filter on it if you're looking for Horse of the Day stuff. So over here in the strategy section, what we would want to do is any line here where we're looking at odds, we don't necessarily want to delete the line for the simple reason that the spreadsheet gets a little bit funny if there's blank lines in this section. Instead, just change it to something. You could either go, you want it to be greater than 0 and less than 999 maybe. You could do that. just go through and do that. Greater than 0. Just keep doing that. Yeah. As long as the horse is paying more than 0, yeah, we're happy. Just removing this as a filter. So I'll just keep going through and doing that. Anywhere where I've got odds listed. I mean, you could always do something different. I suppose you could say, oh, actually, I'll just make it. You could say, actually, I'll make it the date, or I'll make it the track or something. But we'll just keep it simple for the moment. So I'll just keep opening up the value here so that it's just not going to filter out anything. Right. Now, a good thing is you only really have to do that once. You only really have to do that once. So there's two things you can do there. Now, first, we want to update the strategies because we have made changes there. So we'll just hit that button, the Update Strategies button. Now, if I just get it to load strategy 14 again here, it won't really make, well, it might make a little bit of difference, maybe just slightly. It's now got 46 selections in here rather than what I've had previously. That's fine. Let's hit the Show Horse of the Day button. And you can see it's defaulted to the 1st of January, which is I think the last time I did that. It's saying, well, there's no data for the 1st of January, so I'm going to show you a different day instead. In this case, January 23. Well, that's the day we want, but let's just tell it that anyway, that we actually do want the 23rd. So you can look by strategy, and you can see here it's listed all of the horses that would meet the criteria that day for that strategy. You can see a bit of detail about them, the track, the jockey, the trainer, the form, the name, and it goes on a little bit from there. You can see more details about them. Actually, no, that's a separate section there. This section here is the bit you're interested in. So if you wanted to have the spreadsheet find you certain horses based on various statistical criteria ahead of the day's races, and then you can decide what you want to do with them. Maybe you place some bets manually, maybe you feed them into a bot and let it do some work with them through the day. You've got that there. I'll just hide that. There is actually another tab here called Horse of the Day. Now, before we can do that though, we need to hit the Update Summary button. So in the Summary tab, if we do Update Summary, that's also going to update the Horse of the Day data. That doesn't always automatically refresh. It's useful to just hit the Update Summary button first, and that will make sure everything on the Horse of the Day tab is updated. Now, the benefit of the Horse of the Day tab is that it will grab you the data for all of those strategies at once. So it's not, you don't have to go through each strategy one by one. It'll grab you all of that data at once and then produce it'll allow you to make a PDF or a printout of that data if you want it. So I'll just give this a moment to finish doing the update summary. So there we go, it's completed updating the summary and the data for the Horse of the Day, and it actually does take you automatically to the Horse of the Day tab, and you can see here it's in fact already jumped to the correct day for today, which is good. You can see it's got all of the data here, including which strategies the horses have come from. So you can see it's actually ordered it by strategy, and then yeah, you can see all the details. So if you wanted to, you could make some notes in here if you wanted to. But here's what you can do. Export the PDF. and it will make a nice printout of this for you. There we go, that's made a nice printout. If we, which apparently is now going to automatically open for us, which is hello Microsoft Edge. Did I want Microsoft Edge? Probably not, but here we go. Here's our PDF, and here we go. A nice PDF. You can see gives you details about all of these horses. So, I mean, with a lot of strategies in there, and some of them are pretty open sort of strategies. There's a lot of horses that's selected. But if you had fewer strategies, more specific strategies, you'd end up with a much neater spreadsheet. But certainly that can be quite useful. Now, I don't really need this per se, but if I did want it, I could. You can then print it out if you want. Now, I'm not going to print the whole thing because I don't need the whole thing. I'm just going to print the first page for the moment, just so I can show you, show it to you on camera. But as I said earlier, the system does slow down a little bit when I'm doing these screen recordings. You can see the preview of it there. So I'll just print that. And yeah, so that would be useful if you had strategies set up ahead of time that you wanted to be able to pull in data for that day, have the spreadsheet analyze the horses to see which ones meet your criteria, and then you get this nice printout, and you can work with it through the day, whether you're betting manually, whether you're using a bot and just feeding the data in. And you've got this data. You can always, if you've got this data here, you can always say, oh, this horse, Hobart Race 6, number 5, press for boom. You can probably hear it printing in the background there. Well, if I want Hobart Race 6, so that the horse was pressed for boom. Well, what else have I got here? I know it's won 100% of it's won all of its races so far. 14 days since its last start. So I could use some of the data. I could see these selections here, and then I could always go back over to the All Runners tab here and have a look at some details about it and see a little bit more, and that might help me to make decisions about this horse as well. For example, it's second ranked on the Sky Ratings. It's listed as an improver. It's second up from a spell. Various bits of data there that could be useful. I can see there's 15 runners in the race. It's an 1100 meter race. There's all sorts of data there that could be of some use to you. And so you could always cross-reference some of this with that. So there we go. If we wanted to have a look at the printout, this is what the printout looks like. It's pretty much the same as what you saw on the screen there. The only difference is, of course, it's on a bit of paper. And I mean, if you're following the day's races, then that might actually be quite useful to you. If you just wanted to, if you maybe had this printout, maybe you don't want all of these runners. I thought I had a pen here. I was going to do an example. I do. There's the pen there. So got this here. Maybe I'm particularly interested in this one at Hobart, and this one at Warrnambool, and this one at Cranbourne. But I don't particularly like this one at Kalgoorlie, so I might just get rid of that one. So you can mark up a bit of paper. It's a bit hard to see it. You can mark up a bit of paper a little bit. Maybe follow the races. Maybe you're using a bot to help you place the next race using whatever your criteria is. Maybe you're just doing it race by race manually, up to you, but the printout can be useful for that. So that's using the Analyzer spreadsheet to find selections for the day ahead. If you want to analyze previous races, well, the previous 2 videos, and they're linked below, will help you do that. Also in the I said the link below, didn't I? In the description below, there's links to that. Also in the description below, links to the ANZ Analyser spreadsheet and the ANZ horse ratings system. Also the ANZ bot, which you can use to automate your selections if you have them. So that's that for now. I hope that's of some use to you. I hope that improves your selection criteria, improves your profitability, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Until then, happy punting.